Alors, today is vlog day 580. No.
Breathing for you. That's all that I do.
Test. Hey there, I'm gonna insert this really quickly because I keep forgetting to do it today. For you, it's releasing on Saturday. It's Friday now, but today, Saturday, in the evening, is a meetup. And I'm gonna put a link in the description below. Make sure that if you're in Paris, if you have the time, we'd love to see you. It's 6 p.m. tonight at the Perchoir over near Oberkampf. And so if you're in the town, it'd be great to see you. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Test. Anyways, I got to record this thing. I've already recorded talking to the camera once. The camera app. Whoa. I mentioned I was trying a new camera app out. Yeah, it betrayed me again. It zoomed way. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't think I can use it. There's some features about it that are much nicer than the other. I just can't find a camera app that isn't a jerk, apparently. So I need to record some of this script before I go meet Rachel for a movie. She's got that unlimited movie pass that I'm so jealous of and want one of my own. So we're gonna go see a movie. She's got one for 2 people as well. So we're gonna go watch a movie this morning, which is weird for me. I never watch movies in the morning and then get back to work. And I really should. It's not that long of a script. I need to read the script through a couple times and then go meet her. I gotta go. This is thanks to the camera app betraying me. I have even less time than I already had. Thanks, stupid app. Scientists are gambling on technology going the opposite direction. A little pre-film coffee. I'm meeting Rachel here at Telescope. I came to Telescope actually when I came to visit the lawyer, obviously, and got that big Space Invader right back there while we were here as well. So now the plan is to get some coffee and go see this movie. I feel so weird seeing a movie in the morning. I've never, even an early afternoon matinee feels a little bit odd, but this will be a new experience. We've been trying to watch a movie together forever. This is the only slot we had in our schedules that overlapped. So we'll see how it goes. You start drinking filtered coffee and I'm talking to the camera I guess too, but I really start noticing all the different flavors and everything. It's crazy. It's so good. It's one of those, it's weird because it's like, how long has that been there? That's unfortunate. A little bit of banana leftovers. Whoops. One of those things, it's like when you drink tea, you really taste the differences, the flavors and so forth. I feel like coffee's the exact same way. We just cover it up with sugar and milk so much. It's interesting because I refused to do anything but drink it with a pile of sugar until recently, until basically I went on this diet, and now don't want to go back. Except occasionally maybe, when I feel like having a hot milkshake. But what? She's scared to reveal the secrets of her diet while we walk in, so I will put the camera away. Merci. I love this chain of theaters because they're all so tackily decorated. Yeah, it actually makes it kind of fun. That movie was terrible. That was possibly the worst movie I've ever seen. No, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but it was the worst movie I've seen in a really long time. I'm trying to think of a movie that was worse. Was it the 1517 to Paris, right? That was the name of the movie?
In English it's called, oh no, I don't know what it's called.
It's the movie about the guys who, and good for them, I'm glad they did it, the guys who stopped a terrorist attack on a train here in France not too long ago. And yeah, it was awful. It's like they didn't even have a writer, and the directing was terrible. Like the whole thing was bad.
And it was Clint Eastwood.
It was Clint, yeah, Clint Eastwood has, if that's what he's producing now, he's definitely lost his everything. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. It was just like basically 5-minute segments of them literally ordering food and talking. This is asinine, the whole film. Wow. Anyways, this is your salad place?
Yeah.
What's the name of this? Jour? Jour?
Best salad ever.
The best salad ever. So if you're ever at Opera,
Well, there are lots of them around the city.
this one's right here. Anyways, you're gonna get a salad?
Yes.
Cool, I'm gonna go work. Guys, thank God they did what they did, but wow, they needed a writer and Clint Eastwood. What is wrong? How did that happen? Anyways, wow, I'm trying. This is really hard to balance up here. Anyways, I'm gonna go, I think, to the Peloton, get some work done. I also need to go by the publishers here. I could do that first. I could go see him and then go to the Peloton. Oh man, I'm having a hard time. Anywho. Okay, well this is kind of cool. Hold on, let me open this up. That means voix. I mean voice. That means voice. That translates to voice. This is really great.
Breathing for you, all that I do.
If you want to work on your English, it's a good way to do it. Lots of educational books. So there are 3 of them on the team here, and there are lots of these cat and mouse books. I was looking for them on Amazon.com to try and share like the covers yesterday. Couldn't find them, and that came as a shock to them. So now they're looking into that. But yeah, these are fun. I have no idea. Mr. Poulet, Mr. Chicken is like a roasted chicken. He looks kind of evil actually, especially when he's visiting London. And the Bacon Brothers. It's a lot of fun titles. It's really colorful. Anyways, we're gonna chat, I guess. Okay, cool. Anyways, thanks guys. See ya. That was it, yeah. CD popped his head out here. That was fun. He's such a nice guy. And the ladies that work with him are really nice too. It was good. We had lunch. I had a very classic, honest to God French work lunch, which is good. Something that's different. It's a big cultural difference actually. To the French, it's really, really important that you spend lunch with your colleagues. So you'll either go out or you'll find lunch, you'll bring your lunch, whatever. He bought me a little salad. I forgot to film the salad. You guys would have been very happy to have seen salad, I'm sure. And basically they want me to review kids' books. That's what it comes down to it. So I'd go in, sit in there, which is a great space for it. They're gonna send me PDFs of a bunch of their books. And then I'm just gonna sit there and we're gonna make little videos where I present the book and talk about what happens in the book and what I think about the book. And sure, I think it sounds kind of fun. It's just random, but yeah, why not? Give it a try. Stefan's really nice, and so I'd like to work with them a little bit. We had a lot of fun recording Cat and Mouse, which now I have a copy of. Yeah, just kind of fun to... I have no idea what I'm doing, you guys. It's super random. Anyways, it is, geez Louise, it's 3:20, and I have yet to sit at my computer at all today, except for earlier this morning when I was recording. So let's get on a metro, try to get some work done. I went for a run the last 2 days in a row, right? So I can skip running today and just work straight through the evening. I feel really self-conscious today. I think it was the video that I made the other day. I feel really vulnerable. I feel really, I don't know if exposed is the right word. I definitely feel really self-conscious. I felt really self-conscious in my French while we were in there talking. It was a hard video to make. And
I think that's what's sticking with me. Not 100% sure. It's just really hard to throw myself out there today, and has been for a couple days. So just my disclaimer for how my thought processes are not functioning. I'm not at full capacity right now, but we'll figure it out. I feel good. Life's good. I'm happy by and large, but definitely feeling a little bit like, yep, definitely out there. I opted for the Peloton because Oliver from the Earful Tower wants to do an episode on, I don't know if I can actually tell you. I'll ask him if I can tell you, but he wanted me to be a part of it. So we're gonna go chat. The timing just worked out. If I had looked at my email while I was walking, my decision would have been made for me. So I checked it on the train and my decision was made for me. And voila, we're here. I took a random route to get here. Apparently 5,000 is the cutoff for a bunch of random invitations and stuff, because I just got a couple emails inviting me to like events being hosted. It's mostly by educators actually. I think English schools here are finding my videos on teaching English here, and as a result, I'm being asked for some ridiculous, well, not so ridiculous. One wanted me to fill out like a survey of some sort. I don't know, I deleted that email pretty quickly. And this one, they want me to come to their birthday, like the anniversary of some school, and in exchange they would give you, if you wanted to go to this school, a discount, like 10% or something, which is nice of them. Don't really, I don't know. She did offer me lunch though. She offered to take me out to lunch and buy me coffee. So, you know, maybe. I don't know. We gotta figure all this stuff out. It's just a weird, this is all just weird. I'll keep telling you about it as I think it through though. Not had a mocha in a really long time. Okay, first off, it's really nice and warm here for some reason. I don't know why. Second, I'm still having thoughts that are generating around this, but between the email that I just got inviting me to, it's a language school, actually to learn French in Paris, which is interesting because I do want to take classes at some point, but I need to look into them and see. It's just, I feel a little bit overwhelmed by it's not even that much going on right now, but between like Instagram messages, emails, you know, trying to stay on top of all the YouTube comments, everything, it's not that much really, but for whatever reason it feels like it is right now. And I think it's, like I said, I feel a little bit exposed, I feel a little bit vulnerable. I just feel a little bit raw at the moment, and so I'm just trying to figure out, how best to handle that. And there's a part of me that wants to be like, I'm just gonna delete all the emails that come through for the next month or something until I can kind of get settled, but that's not the best way to go about it. So I think at the end of the day, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go about handling the increase in volume, whether through, of communications in general at the moment. Life is really good. It's just getting really busy, and it's going to get only busier here in the near future. So I had a much more cohesive thought about this a minute ago, and I don't know where that went. So we'll figure that out here in a second. All right, got some progress done. I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening working as well because, spent the morning being social, which is just kind of the trade-off when you're self-employed, and I'm feeling really good about it. I've been feeling really unproductive for a while now, actually, just not very motivated. So feeling a burst of motivation to be productive. So I think I'm gonna go just hole up in my room and get some work done. But that doesn't mean that we can't take a brief little walk down to the Seine here, because rumor has it the river has finally gone back down and the banks are just caked in mud. So I just kind of wanted to check that out, and then we'll head home from there.
Breathing for you, all that I do.
The more I think about it, the more hilarious I think it would be if I were to review kids' books. I think I'd start each one by saying, I'm basically the least qualified person to do this, but that's why it's gonna be great. Anyways, there's a lot on my brain. Also, the music. With this new app, it doesn't automatically stop the music when I start filming, so it's actually really hard to concentrate and speak when I've got music on, turns out. New experiences all around. So I've been thinking about it. Part of it, this ties into my time with Mercy Ships. One of the things that I think when you move into new territory, wherever it is in life, your brain has to stretch to figure out what to do with it, right? Sorry, these epaulets. You know what? Let's just take the jacket off. Your brain kind of has to stretch. Whatever synapses that have never been used before in a particular instance have to figure out what to do with themselves. And that's kind of where I'm at right now with vlogging in particular. But it ties in with moving to France as well a little bit. There's just a lot going on. But here's why I think my brain is kind of like twisting, shaking up a little bit. I keep trying to put myself out there in new ways in different arenas. So obviously trying to be as honest and vulnerable here as I can be about a variety of subjects is really important. But also things like food polls and other stuff. Putting my fate in the hands of patrons to eat, who knows what. And trying to make sure that it is new and interesting things that I am challenging myself. But the more you challenge yourself, the more you just, I don't know, there's this weird stress that goes with it. It makes me think of when I lived in Sierra Leone, because when I lived there, it was the first time I'd ever lived in Freetown. Or obviously it was the first time I'd ever lived in Freetown, but it was the first time I'd ever been in West Africa. And there was a fairly traumatic event that happened early on, a fairly big one, that I can talk about at some point for sure. But that kind of gave me a little bit of PTSD and made it really hard to leave the ship and actually go into the city for a while. On top of that, just it was a completely different environment. Buildings, the people, the sights, the sounds, the smells, all of it was very overwhelming, and just trying to take it all in, and you end up tunnel visioning pretty hard. And you only see what's right here, and everything kind of feels overwhelming. Very similar to the first time I lived in Nice. One of the stories I didn't tell was one afternoon we were on our way to lunch. We were right in the middle of the boardwalk, right where I lived, and my new friends were like, hey, let's walk to Old Town and find something to eat. And I was like, great, that sounds awesome. Like 20 minutes later, I was like, are we still walking? Why are we still walking? Where are we going? So experiences like that kind of scale up your walking distance, or the size of buildings, or the kinds of buildings, the kinds of food, the kinds of people, the way that people interact, the way that traffic flows. All of it, it's very, maybe even subtle at times, but very different, and definitely takes a lot to comprehend. And so you end up kind of closing yourself in a little bit and focusing in and just trying to survive. And that was Nice. That was also Paris. When I finally lived in Paris, it was also fairly overwhelming in its own ways. Less overwhelming by that point. Obviously, I'd been living abroad for a while, but there was a lot of Paris that I never really saw because I was just trying to figure myself out. Same with getting used to West Africa when I lived in Freetown. By the end of Freetown, I finally started to really feel like I could do it, like I could really manage it. And when we got to Togo, I was good to go. And then in Pointe Noire in the Congo, it didn't even faze me anymore. But it was a progression that got me there. And I think with the vlog, it's similar. Whether it's trying new things, traveling, trying to manage my entire life while putting my entire life on video, and always knowing that there's something to do in the evening. I've always got a few hours of work in my edit every night, no matter what. But also like the opportunities that are starting to crop up, which are really good. There's nothing bad about it, but whether it's people reaching out individually, directly through Instagram or email or something like that, whether it's opportunities to make random, videos with a children's publisher, or to, the voice acting, the whatever, like all these different experiences and just trying to work my way through them. They're all very good, and actually a lot of them are really exciting and potentially fun. And I don't want to shut myself off to those. Even as it gets kind of overwhelming, I guess what I'm worried about is that I've been in this spot before. I'm just identifying it today. I've been in this spot before in a number of different arenas, like getting into the convention scene with science fiction and fantasy, starting consulting with electronic medical records, whatever it is. Like there's so many arenas in life that I've launched myself into and just ended up in the deep end with no idea how to swim and having to figure it out as I go. That isn't abnormal for me. It's something that I've done a lot in my life at this point. And with trying to manage expectations, like trying to stay on top of all of the comments on YouTube, trying to respond to emails and everything else, trying to be really good about it, it does feel a little bit overwhelming at times, and I have to remind myself this is just getting used to a new thing. It's only going to get crazier from here. I need to figure out ways in which that I can continue to engage and continue to make meaningful conversation, and hopefully continue to actually meet people in real life without it just totally overwhelming me and going nuts. Because this is a totally different arena. I've been vlogging for a long time, but the fact that people actually watch it and that I can almost count on, if not count on, getting at least 1,000 views per video now, which we don't have to talk too much about YouTube stuff because I know that it's not what you're here for, but it's just, there's a lot going on, and it's just brain. Anyway, we're in new territory. We've already talked in a number of different ways about how this is a reset on my life. So much of what I've done in the past informs where I'm at today, but I'm also leaving a lot of things behind, that, especially things that weren't healthy. And that's another thing that I've been working on. My sister and I have been having some good conversations recently as well, but like just trying to identify things of where we grew up, how we grew up, where I came from. I'm looking at the circumstances, the surroundings of like everything in my adult life as well, and just trying to figure out, okay, where am I? how can I own this? How can I be my own person? And how can I really move towards being a healthier, better version of myself than I'm gonna be in any other way? So yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm gonna cook up one of my little pork chops, make some more pasta, eat that, and work. I think this is where I'm gonna end the vlog for tonight. Have you ever been in a situation like that before? Have you ever found yourself in a spot where your brain was just twisting to understand where you were at, and how did you get through it? I think I'm actually very interested to hear, so please do let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment about how you've overcome these weird moments, because I'm in one right now. And I have a lot to think about, for sure. Also, I'm gonna record the thing that you already saw at the beginning, but that I haven't recorded yet, about a reminder that tomorrow is a meetup. And I haven't put it in a vlog in like a week or two, and that is my bad. Twitter is not good enough. So I'm gonna do that now, and then I will see you again tomorrow morning.